In the small coastal village of Aurlund, nestled between towering fjords and shimmering waters, lived a girl named Sigrid Aase, whose golden hair shone like summer wheat and whose eyes reflected the deep blue of the fjord. Though admired for her beauty, it was her kindness and devotion to the elderly that made her truly remarkable. For having been raised by her grandmother Ingrid after her parents perished in a boating accident, she grew to love and cherish the old, seeing them as living libraries of wisdom rather than withered bodies, and so each morning she walked through cobbled paths, helping the frail and forgotten, bringing wood to Knut the fisherman with a bent back, baking bread for Solveig, the once famous baker who could no longer knead dough, reading aloud to Lars, the grieving widower, whose silence she patiently softened, finding joy in these small acts as though her grandmother's spirit was still near. And when the December festival of light came and she noticed that the old could not attend due to snow and frailty, she gathered the children of the village, built colorful lanterns, and led them door to door singing and delivering food, so that from behind frosted windows the elderly could witness the festival brought to them, their eyes brimming with tears as they felt remembered. Yet her kindness was tested one cruel winter when a storm buried the village in snow and cut it off from supplies, and though her firewood dwindled and her bread was nearly gone, she remembered her grandmother's words. Even a small flame can push back the dark, so she carried her last loaf, her last bundle of wood, and even her own shawl to bedridden Lars, who whispered that she was the light in the storm. And seeing her sacrifice, the rest of the villagers were inspired to open their homes to the elderly, sharing warmth and food until the storm passed. And in spring, a historian from Oslo arrived, hearing of Sigrid's closeness with the old, and with her guidance, he recorded their sagas, songs, and memories, so their voices would not vanish like mist, telling her before he left that she was the guardian of Norway's soul. Years later, on her 25th birthday, the elderly of Aurlund surprised her at the Festival of Light with a handmade book filled with their recipes, tales, blessings, and advice, saying it was a small gift in return for the life she had given them, and she wept holding it to her chest, realizing that kindness always returns in unexpected ways. And as time passed and she herself grew old, children of the village came to her cottage to chop her wood, bake her bread, and sit by her hearth to listen to her stories, for she was no longer just the beautiful girl of the fjords, but the very heart of Aurlund, a living flame whose compassion had once lit an entire village against the darkness, and whose legacy endured long after her beauty faded, for the light in her eyes never dimmed, and her story was told for generations as proof that one girl's kindness could change the spirit of a community forever.